Hello everyone and welcome back to Inferno, where we have quickly expanded our Minecolony here, and we got a couple of extra buildings including an enchanter, a restaurant, some guard towers to protect us from the enemies, a tavern here, the university building which we used to unlock some tech, the warehouse for item storage, the couriers for item movement, and the fisherman's hut here. We also made some progress through blood magic, which we may or may not end up using today. Anyways, what is the one common problem that you have playing any Minecraft mod pack, vanilla or modded actually? There is always one issue to tackle, no matter which mod pack you're playing. And you know, it's probably one of the most complex tasks that you can manage, just because there's so much involved in it usually. And especially where we have mine colonies here, I don't know exactly the ins and outs of how this is all going to work late game. And what I'm talking about here is item storage. Oh yeah, you might be wondering how I got this axe, by the way. Well, it began a little bit like the start of last episode. After going out and gathering some more cobalt, I made some blazing blood in the Tinker's smeltery. This fuel has a higher heat than lava, which allows us to alloy more complex materials, including hepatizen, which I used for the hammerhead. Since we looted the bastion from last episode, we got a single piece of netherite which I combined with cobalt to make manulin, and the two large plates for the hammer were made just from cobalt, which ends up giving us a really decent hammer to work with here. So right now we are actually just underneath our village. I don't know whatever to call it, like a village, a city, a colony, I don't know. I've been using the words interchangeably. But yeah, this right here is one of the middle intersections. What I'm thinking is we actually build our own storage room underneath this place. I think we'll also end up using the space for some other automations, like for example our bees will probably also be underneath. Whoa. Explosions everywhere. That sounded really close. Oh, and we just got a new child in our colony. Mildred? Yeah, that must be because I placed 2 more houses here between episodes. The first one looks like it's built already, the second one is still under construction. But yeah, the storage problem, we're gonna delay for... I can't even open this chest. This is why we need to fix this. We are gonna delay the storage problem a little bit until later in the episode, and for now I want to start working on a mine. So the workers in the mine, as I understand it, will strip mine and have a chance of finding rare blocks. This is probably going to be our main resource generation method. Since we're in the nether, right, there's no access to things like diamonds, which I'm hoping that the miner can pull up for us. Oh, this actually digs down into the bedrock. Maybe we can integrate this into our new storage room, which we're going to build over that way. Let's finalize the build. While the miner is under construction, we're also going to invest in the sifter, which does actually require research at the university, huh? Oh, it's right here, 64 string can give us the 7 tech unlock. The sifter is going to be part of a bigger plan to upgrade our storage room. And so with our mine and sifter constructed all the way over there, hi Jensen. Oh wait a second, is he coming to pick up ores? Is that what he's got? No, it's a fence. And for some reason our mine here has destroyed itself. There used to be a fence around here, but they dug it up for some reason. He needs 10 oak ladders to start working. Okay, we can do that, we can do that. There is quite a lot of micromanaging in the beginning here, it seems like. Wait, is this not how we make an oak ladder? Am I just terrible at this game? Or is this just not default? I don't know. I think the way the courier works though is if we put anything inside the warehouse, he's going to pick it up and take it over to where it needs to be. And that basically, yeah, there he goes there. That basically applies to any sort of item. For example, I had to specify the exact type of fuel that the restaurant has to use to cook the food. You can specify that in the target block as fuel. I turned on tiny coal, which obviously means we need a way to automatically produce tiny coal, right? And drop it off at the warehouse so that the courier can drop it off here. There is actually quite a few instances like that, like for example the smeltery, which we also built. That's also going to need some sort of fuel to be able to process all the ores. But for now we are after a snow golem. Please spawn inside the fence. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, of course they're in the nether. Maybe there isn't any way to keep them alive. Well, we did at least get some. We can use this in arcane ashes with vile dust. And this should give us blue ice. Very good. Quest complete. We also need some soul soil, and we're going to expand this area here. So if we have lava touch blue ice, It should farm basalt right here. Eventually we can have a stonemason automatically produce this for us, but it was quite important that we unlock that, as I noticed in the town hall here that we're actually running out of citizens, and there is way more buildings that we want to unlock. For example, all the farms, we haven't even looked at any of these yet, and those are all going to take a citizen to be dedicated to those buildings. So I believe there's two solutions. We can either build more houses, or we can upgrade houses, and you can notice here in the material cost, I think most of this we can now afford. The basalt in there we can get from our generator, carpet we can get from our sheep, and the rest I think we can just easily gather. So we're going to upgrade a few of these houses, maybe just 2 to start with. Yeah, this is actually quite a lot of materials for us to collect manually. We can keep a track of things with the clipboard, so basically I'm just going to spend the next hour or so fulfilling all of these orders, dropping the items at the warehouse, and then Jensen will take them to the builders to build the houses. Alright, it has been some time later. Check out the new boots, by the way. Looking very fancy. And we also got a puffer fish here. Anyways, we're over by the sifter next to the fishing hut. It looks like we got Mildred here, already grown up and working the sifter. As part of the quest reward, it gives us a string and flint mesh, some grass blocks, and some dirt blocks. So if we give the sifter the string mesh, which we can do automatically later on, and also some dirt, she is going to start sifting away. Eventually, I hope that we end up with an acacia sapling. I've been doing a bit of planning in a creative world for our new block palette. The block palette is going to look something like this. I want acacia, the warped wood, which we already have for most of our buildings, the blackstone for the floors, and maybe incorporate some basalt in there as well. So we're mostly going to be following the theme of our existing village. Village, city, colony, civilization, you get the idea. The same thing. It's mostly going to be the same theme as here, but I also want to mix in orange since, well, orange is the best colour, right? And we can probably farm the wood right now just with a bonsai pot like we have here. So from here I began working on what would be our future base right underneath our colony. I left the sifter with plenty of dirt in the hopes of getting some acacia saplings, and then actually headed out to the bastion to pick up some of the basalt bricks. It's actually very easy with the tools we have, including Vein Miner, to gather a lot of the blackstone bricks. And to get the polished versions, we can just chisel between them. So we were still missing acacia wood at this point, but I just decided to start digging, and I didn't really know where I was going exactly with this. All I knew was the block palette, and we wanted to have some sort of a main storage room. So I started just by creating some space, and then staying consistent using the blackstone bricks as the flooring so that we could get the movement speed buff, and the same polished blackstone around the outside as a border. I also wanted to make sure we incorporated the warped warp blocks. I felt like they were a good match to also put on the floor, and I used the warp stems as pillars, along with basalt. So we are halfway through building this thing, and some skeletons decided to show up. We got another portal here. So far no legendary mobs, so I think it's a bit better than the last time. At least we ain't got any of those mosquitoes, right? Or do we have to take out this guy before the next wave? Oh, he just ran away. Oh, I wanted the loot from this thing. I'm fine. Back to building, I guess. So I'm having some trouble here trying to decide if I actually like this or not. It's quite hard to evaluate, honestly, but yeah, the skeletons are gone. I took some time and iterated on this place. Right now it's actually just an intersection, more or less. I've been trying to decide on like how we want to actually structure the blocks and lay them out. Wait, can we not place roots here? Or fungus? Maybe we need the warped nylium to plant this on. Yeah, I wanted to have some flora around here. So one of the criticisms that I actually agree with, I'm trying to address in this build, is not trying to cram everything so close together. Normally I would try to put things in all of these walls right here, but honestly I don't actually think this build would benefit from that. And so I want to include areas that just exist for no other reason than just to flesh out the feel of the area. It still needs some work in here for sure, but I think we're on the right track. So we set out to build a storage system and we have no storage right now. So let's try and fix that. Unfortunately, we don't have framed drawers here. I think the acacia drawers though are going to work really well. One thing I look for in drawers is that it's easy to tell which items are stored inside. The contents inside the warped and crimson versions aren't as clear in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to be using drawers and probably occultism storage since, as I mentioned in episode 1, the AE drives are disabled here. So what we're going to do is use the drawers on the left and right sides here, AE terminals up the front, which means we have to build another way of getting back here to the main spawn area. I think we'll end up having a corridor which goes off to the left and the right side. And then on this intersection, I'm thinking that we have like bees this way, blood magic this way, occultism this way, for example. I don't know, it's not fully set in stone yet. But I'm going to keep working on this and be back hopefully with some storage available to us. Alright everyone, so everything has been moved down here now. Storage has been acquired. And I almost wonder if we went a bit too far in the opposite direction, in the sense that there's almost too much space in here. It may mean that it's actually quite difficult to access the contents of all the drawers since they're so spaced out. And I also definitely underestimated how long this would take. There's no way we can do it all in one episode. At least we got all the chests and things moved from here. Alright, so it's time to put the system to the test. We're going to move on with some wait, am I fault? No, we're safe. I probably should have looked where I stepped off there. We are going to need some more gravel. I actually landed right next to gravel. What are the chances of that? Hello, Wolf. Yeah, we should already have some gravel. We just need to top up our supplies. Oh, wait a second. Maybe we can use these. I forgot about the chiseled blocks. You know what? I'm going to take these guys. Maybe we can incorporate them into our new base. Oh, and what is this? Not safe anyway. Basaltic Magma. Oh, it's just a decorative block. Okay. Yeah, we need some more soul sand. I don't think we're going to find it here though. Aha! A soul sand valley. Is that a ghost? It is a ghost. Yeah, I'm going to grab as much soul sand as we can carry. Okay, there's ghasts and skeletons. I think that means it's our time to leave. You gonna drop your bow? No. Now then, sorting all this inventory is... I don't know where anything goes anymore. Like, before we could just throw it in any chest, and that might end up happening again. We'll see how long this organization lasts. It made sense in my head when I set all these drawers up, but yeah, like flint. Where do we store flint? I think that might be over the other side. Yeah, here. We'll also need to gather up a few more of these pearls. So what I would like to do today is move on to the bottom chapter here, immersive engineering, and make our first coke oven. The coke oven will allow us to get coal coke, and then using a separate multi-block structure, the blast furnace, we can start to produce steel. And the steel is basically how we access the tech portion of this pack. So the recipe here is actually simple enough. We just have to have seared brick in the smeltery, and we pour that over some soul sand. Although if we leave the timer on automatically, it's going to make soul glass for us, yeah. I don't know if there's much of an option other than to click this manually. How many should we make? Should we make 2 of these? Or 3 of these maybe? Yeah, maybe we should. We have the materials for it, we might as well, right? Is that going to be overkill? Who knows? Who knows? There is no meta with this pack. It basically just came out, so... For science. I think for right now, we're just going to stick them in a temporary location since we don't really have any sort of machine room built. And I've cleared enough netherrack for today. I can already tell I'm going to be so sick of the nether once I finish this. Can't wait to get back to the overworld, right? Make sure we're not on any chunk boundaries. Oh, I miscounted. We have 3 too many. So to form the multi-blocks, we also need our engineer's hammer, which also unlocks our quest. Right click on here, and I built it wrong. Maybe the 3 we're missing means it has to be solid. Yeah, that is the case. Is that changed, or am I just crazy? So there's actually 2 things these multi-blocks can give us. The inputs can either be coal or charcoal in block or in pellet form. And the outputs is going to be coal coke and creosote oil. I wonder if time in a bottle works on this. Probably not. I think it might be the middle block that we have to time in a bottle. Yeah, these are extremely slow. But partially the reason we built these is actually to get access to the drawer controller. We got this one as a mob drop. You may notice though, this is no simple recipe. Rose gold we can manage, the stone we've got, or this is andesite I guess. Hoppers are simple enough, but we need vacuum tubes from immersive engineering. And that means we need the engineer's workbench, which is crafted with treated wood. And it also means that we have to give it to a mechanic or a villager. Neither of those we have access to at the moment, and I noticed it takes university research. I assume under technology. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Yeah, this is a tier 2 tech, which means that we have to have a blacksmith hut, and we also have to have a tier 2 university. The university right now is only tier 1, but to upgrade we do need a passage's toll, among some other things here. That belt looking item is locked behind a big boss fight, and we're not equipped for a boss right now. So that ain't gonna happen. Is there any way we can get villagers though? I haven't actually looked into that yet. The spawn egg doesn't look like it's craftable. We can however spawn zombie villagers. Oh, we need infused iron. Oh no, we need infused iron and this needs a natural altar. We can't make this yet, can we? No, we don't have any of this stuff. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, slight change of plans. It turns out we need to get into bees. I didn't think we would have to do this so soon, but I actually enjoyed the bees a lot in All the Mods 7. I think there's going to be a lot more uses for them here. So to get started with the bees, we actually have to summon them again in the summoning altar. We are looking for a vanilla bee specifically, so we need poppies, sugar, warped fungus, and I think vile dust. We're down here so it doesn't fly away, and the quest book should give us a bee cage. Once we look him in the eye, it should give us the quest. You're coming with me. So unfortunately, at the beginning here, we have to be a bit cruel to these bees. I hate doing this because how can you not like bees? Bees are adorable. But we do need honey from these guys. The honey will allow us to make the first beehives, and we can make the beehive by pouring honey over a warped plank. How much did we get out of that? Over a block of honey. Not quite enough for 2 though. Alright, there's our quest. So now that we have the hive, it means that we can actually harvest the honey and we don't have to summon them every time. Looks like he's taking an interest here in our coke ovens. So this is a vanilla beehive right now. I don't know if we can get the advanced version from productive bees. It seems like we need slightly more honey to make that happen. So yeah, we have to farm these guys the vanilla way to begin with. Where are we going to put bees though? Some decisions have to be made here. I think over to the left side, more on the residential area of our city. This is going to be more of the industrial area. We've got things like the blacksmith and the mine over here. So it makes sense that we have tech this way. Yeah, and bees over this way. So I guess I've got a bit more digging to do. You know, ever since 1.16 came out, I've always wanted to make use of the nether blocks. And I was going to try to actively avoid it, but I'm really glad we made the decision to embrace all of this warped stuff. So earlier in the episode, I mentioned about upgrading the houses. One thing I didn't take into account though is the fact that we actually need a tier 2 builder before we can do that. So while I was building out the area for the bees, I did mark Kaylee to upgrade her own hut to a tier 2 builder. She is just missing a few materials here, andesite, granite and diorite. Anything else? Warped warp blocks? We can do that. I came up here and noticed that these had been under construction for multiple hours and no progress was being made. So yeah, once Kaylee upgrades her own hut, she should upgrade these houses here. We should also take care of the miner's request for framed warped planks. Those, by the way, are made in the architect's cutter. There is a lot of different options here. The first time he asked me for this, I was so confused. I think it's the double crossed planks that he wants. These ones, we'll try these ones. He is at least making some progress. He's beginning to strip mine down there. Yeah, those seem to have cleared it off our request here. And ladders, we need ladders. At least on a very positive note here, I checked the warehouse and look at this, we're actually getting ores from this guy. Most of the vanilla ores, lapis, gold, coal, I think we get redstone. Yeah, redstone, copper, lots and lots of cool stuff. I haven't seen any diamonds though, unfortunately. Ancient debris even. He's pulled up some ancient debris, that's nice. Alright, so let us get back to the bees here. I want to make sure to empty this creosote oil out. We need to figure out a way to do this automatically, because it does stop if the tank here is full. So yeah, check it out, just from the elevator here, we got a bit of a corridor expansion. At the end of the corridor, we have a staircase which leads actually up to our colony. This is our warehouse right here. As I understand it, the citizens can't actually interact with any of the bees. We don't actually need them down here for anything specific. It's mainly just for our own access. I absolutely adore the look of this. The color combinations here just work so well in my opinion. I'm not completely sold on these crimson planks that I've been using on the ceiling. But I mean, everything else, this orange is just, oh, I'm in love with this orange. So yeah, we got our vanilla bees here. Wait, I didn't know this was possible. We're getting free rose bushes here, look at this. So yeah, the vanilla bees are just vanilla bees, right? Uh-oh. No. I was so confident that wouldn't happen. I forgot that we didn't have this on. This thing is actually a mob drop. It's a bee nest helmet, which means that angry bees won't actually attack us, and we have a chance to spawn a kamikaze bee. But that shouldn't happen again. Really, when you're doing that, you should actually have a campfire underneath. Or upgrade these things to the advanced hive. Which actually we can now do since we have our honey. Oh, and they're dying. Did we just kill them all because they stung us? Oh, I'm so sad now. We just killed off all of our bees. We need to get more. Oops. As long as we have to, we should be able to breed them together for more. So what we want to do, the first thing that we want to do with these guys is actually make some clay. So we'll definitely make sure to get the advanced beehives. There is a warped version, but I think I prefer the oak version. I don't want everything to be warped. The advanced hives, unlike the regular vanilla hives, actually have a GUI, and means that you can just pull honey directly from the output slot and you don't have to have a campfire underneath, or have your bees die if you forget to do that. So the fact that we now have the bees means we can unlock the Nature's Aura quest. We are going to save that for next episode though. Today we are going to make the first pieces of clay with 2 sand and a water bucket. Oh no. No. Orb tier is not high enough. We need the apprentice blood orb. Tier 2 blood altar. And an empowered inverted potentia. Oh, I remember these. Oh no, we have to do evil craft? Everything is so like tied together here. I love it. Okay, so we need an inverted potentia. We need it to be thundering. I remember these from Divine Journey too. Dark gems, we should have those. And potentia spheres, wait, do we have slime? We have coagulated blood. Is this gonna work? Yes, it does work. Nice. We only have 2 dark gems right now, but the miner is actually pulling us up dark ore, which smelts directly into the gems, 4 at a time even. So to make it thundering, we actually need something called a weather container, which we can do with a glass bottle, a dark gem, and some sugar. So this containment is actually empty right now. We have to make it a thundering container. And to do that, we need the sunny one first and then the rainy one. So over here where we spawned, you may notice this beam of light. This is actually an environmental accumulator. I'm going to assume it's sunny right now. This should change it into the sunny version. Even better if it gives us the rain one. No, okay, we got the sunny one, that's okay. Crafting this with 2 buckets of water should make it the rain version. And giving it 2 glowstone dust should make it the thundering version. Yes, thunderstruck. Now that we have thunder in a bottle, we actually need 8 ender pearls. I don't think we have 8 ender pearls. I keep forgetting I don't have the slowfall ring on anymore. Of course, we only have 4 ender pearls right now. The best place I know of to get more is actually the Warped Forest, which is several hundred blocks away for us. There should be little beetles that drop them. I haven't actually seen any endermen in this pack. It's weird, normally they're all over the place in the nether. These guys, right here. He teleported away. Where did he go? I heard him, there he is. Oh my goodness, that is so many mobs. Are we dead? There's hoglins, oh my goodness. That is so many mobs. Oh boy, I sure wish we had loot in at this point. Ah, another one. Aha, there's 1. 3 more to go. I'm going to actually grab a few more than we need. With our base expanding, we need some way to easily get around it. But the ender pearls we can also use to craft travel anchors, which is going to be crucial in getting around our base quickly, even with the movement speed buff of the Blackstone. We've come across Samuel the Pitmaster, who apparently can't climb trees. Very good for us. Awesome lapis, I'll take that. I do see some loot chests though. An elytra, I'll take those. This is the worst elytra ever. Or is it the worst or is it the best? Are we even moving? I think it's because we have the slowfall ring on as well. The loot from the mobs is like kind of insane. Look at this. Okay, we did eventually manage to get the ender pearls. We can craft lightning grenades. You know, I don't remember if we throw the grenade first or the inverted potentia first. I'm gonna say inverted potentia, then the grenade. Nice, it worked. And we already have our tier 2 blood magic altar. Dip in the inverted potentia. Any second now it should transform. Perfection. Quest complete, let's bind it to ourselves. Now once we fill this version up, we should be able to craft the clay now. Very good, very good. I'm going to make 2 at least. Oh, it gives us 2. Awesome. We'll make 4. I'm not quite sure why we don't have this quest unlocked yet for clay, but we definitely want to be able to get the clay combs from the clay bees. And to do that, we can feed a vanilla bee a clay ball. We don't want to have to rely on the alchemy table to make clay anymore. I also want to upgrade this to the advanced version as well. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, we'll breed these guys so we have at least 2. Turn 1 into a clay version. There we go. You're coming with me. And the clay one for now, we're going to put in this pen. I believe if you shift right click on the beehive, it assigns the bee to this beehive, assuming it's the advanced version. So similar to the vanilla bees, the productive bees also need a variety of flower to be able to pollinate and take back to their hive to produce honey, as well as the resource they represent, in this case clay. And as shown here in JEI, we actually need a block of clay. We are 1 clay ball short, so I guess we have to make 1 more at least with the alchemy table. Aha, it looks like Kaylee has already upgraded her own hut to tier 2. The house isn't finished, but I think we're waiting on some requests. I bet the clipboard is full. I think I'll take care of that between episodes. There's too many things to do today. Yeah, so clay block can go anywhere nearby. The bee should automatically seek it out. Yeah, he's doing his little bee dance. One of the other things we can give these hives is actually an expansion box. The expansion box allows us to add upgrades to the apiary. including things like speed and productivity. And this is also a way to collect the bees' genes as well, to modify their DNA. You can see here a bunch of traits. We're not going to be messing with that today. That takes a while. That definitely takes a while. And I also want another clay bee if possible. According to the quest book here, there is also a simulator upgrade. I didn't know this thing existed. I don't think that was in ATM 7. Instead of pollinating flowers in the world, they will take from a feeding slab. That might be something worth looking into. It looks like we need diamonds and emeralds though, not something we have a lot of right now. Oh no, I did it again! Unfortunately, to summon any more, we do need poppies, which come from burning blossoms, and that was our last burning blossom, so I'm gonna have to find that between episodes again. But already we have got the first clay combs here, which, as it turns out, all we have to do is throw through a centrifuge. There is no powered version in this, I don't think. Oh no, there is a powered version. We don't have any RF production though, that is the problem. But yeah, as you can see, this thing turns clay combs into clay balls. We also get wax, and we get liquid honey as well. The bees is a process definitely worth automating, and I think we'll actually hook it up to our drawers here. Since it's right through the wall, we can probably hook up a line to a drawer controller, which will sit down here. Oh, would you look at that? Questbook even gives us the pipes and the extraction modules for it. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of time left this episode, so we're going to take some of this isnium ore from occultism, and just using some obscure glass, the extra ender pearls we picked up, and iron bars, we can craft the travel anchors. Gives us 2 at a time, so we have 8. So these are actually not from Ender.io. I mean, the originals are from Ender.io, but this is actually a separate mod called Travel Anchors. I think we're actually going to place one over here at the bees. We'll probably also place one on each side of the drawer network. One more up here next to our original setup. Perhaps one over next to the university, around here. One near the town hall. And maybe the other 2 we keep for now. So these travel anchors can allow us to directly teleport between them. Oh, do we need to name them? Yeah, once we give it a name, we can instantly teleport between them. The basalt bricks are fast, but I mean, instant teleportation is even better. We just have to make sure we name them all. And now we have free access to anywhere in our base. Now that is awesome. And with that, we're also going to wrap up this episode. Man, this took a while to produce this one. And we got a bit of a sideways progression, I would say. We didn't get too much done with the mine colonies, but I'm going to work on trying to get these houses constructed between episodes. And also fix the fact that we have no bees left. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this new base, and your suggestions for the ceiling here. I don't really know what exactly we should do here. Anyways, that is going to do us today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.